Welcome to a match of Starcraft 2, played by people that are way better than me, from the Dreamhack Starcraft 2 Masters Fall 2021 Season Finals. Wow, that was a mouthful. Comes two players that do not need any introduction from a lowly, humble worm like myself. In the upper right, it is the blue Protoss, Trap. And the opponent spawning in the bottom left, it is going to be the red Zerg, Serral. Trap versus Serral, like I said. They don't really need much of an introduction. If you have been following any StarCraft for a reasonable amount of time, I would wager you're already familiar with these two names. I mean, how'd you wind up at this video? Exactly my point. You saw these names and you said, ooh, I bet that's a good match. That's exactly what I did too. So, here we go. Opening up, it's looking completely standard, I must admit. I don't expect either one of these players to deviate too much from the standard play. They're both very strong macro players with a variety of builds that they both like to execute. Timings, all-ins, economic play, you name it. These guys have been doing it for years. Including probe harassment. Trap, of course, doing what all Protoss like to and should do at this stage of the game. Blocked that natural hatchery, the natchery, if you will, forcing Serral to take the third. It just creates some extra distance between the bases. It presents an opportunity for the Protoss to maybe get some damage done before the creep is connected. We'll have to see what kind of build Trap wants to go to see if he's going to make any pressure, trying to execute a timing. Opening up with an Adept after the core Nexus. Stargate. Okay, so Stargate is the first tech choice from Trap. That doesn't really indicate much pressure. Here we go. Here's the battle you've been waiting for. So, the Stargate doesn't really indicate a whole lot of pressure. Really, Serral? Just back up like that? Oh, hard wall off to make sure the Adept can get out and the Zergling does not get in. Zergling is going to perish. Farewell, Zergling. Serral doesn't really know a whole lot. He tried to get that Zergling in, but the pylon went up, cancelled. Easily done. Void Ray. Void Ray is the unit. So, Void Ray going to be useful to hunt down these overlords, try and deny some scouting. It also enables some defense, while Trap probably wants to take his third, if I had to guess. Trap, bringing that probe back up, just checking to see, did Serral take the third base at the natural? And of course, Serral is taking the third base. Serral is no joke here. He's going to do a macro-oriented build, probably a well-executed attack at some point. The question is, what is Trap going to do, and can Trap survive any pressure? Oracle follow-up after the Void Ray. Looks like wanting to take the third base in just a few minutes here. Void Ray. Can't see it anymore. You have a giant laser attached to your ship, and you just shot the creep tumor. You saw where it was. Why not just continue firing your laser? Why do you actually have to see it? Some weapons I understand. You're talking about like a ghost sniper rifle or a marine rifle. That makes sense to me. You might need to aim because your weapon's a little more precise. You need to see it. But when you're talking laser cannons and colossi beams here, just go for it. Who am I kidding? Talk about the game, Indigos. And actually, I should talk about the game because Trap is deviating away from the standard play ever so slightly here because, ladies and gents, I don't know if you can see that very well, but that's a fleet beacon. And I can assure you, a fleet beacon at this time of the game is not particularly normal. Tectonic destabilizers on the way, which means Trap is going for Tempest. Does Serral know about it? Absolutely not. Scouting and vision have been denied thanks to that early Void Ray and the Adept guarding the front entrance. So, Trap applying some Tempest pressure here. What's it going to be though? Is it going to be wrap around and try and snipe off drones? Is it going to be assisting with a forward push? Just have to wait a few minutes and see. Serral on his side of the map, he's got the Roach Warren up. He's continuing to drone. 60 drones right now, probably going to go up to 66-ish. 3 base economy, which is a good spot to be in. That's really the minimum that the Zerg needs to make before they can start dedicating more larvae, more resources to army units. That's a good scout. Serral now knows about the Tempest. Immediately, we should see a Spire come down. The lair is not yet done. It's almost done. There's the Spire somewhere. I don't know where the Spire is. Have to look for it later. For now, Queens stepping forward, offering their acidic needle spines up against the Tempest. Picked off one Tempest, the rest going to make it across the gap, firing at the Queens. No Queen losses, though. Correct, no Queen losses. The Knitting crew stands together, keeping it... Except that one. She was bad. She betrayed the group, the club. So she had to be punished. Left out to die. Trap pushing forward. It's just 3 Tempests here, though. 4 Tempests. And a Void Ray. While that is powerful, yes, that's probably not ideal. Tempests attack a single target and very slowly here. What is the Queen count at? 10 Queens? And the Spire's almost done. Queen's pushing forward. Void Ray gonna be picked off. The Tempest backing up. Firing their stabilizers. Destabilizers. Big laser lightning weapons. Pretty lights. It's Protoss stuff. You know it. Overlord fleet gonna be pulled back. Oracle pushing in. Gonna scout the Spire. Definitely a good scout, but probably expected. Trap, of course. Going Tempest is going to force an air response from Serral. We're looking at a combination of Queen Roach Corruptor. Not the composition I thought that I would have to be casting in this game for sure. Zergling's poised just to keep an eye on the base over here, but Trap took the other third and might be wanting to take this fourth. Have to see here. Corruptors are out now. Total of 12. Gathering up the fleet. Queens also gathering up here. Serral is going to look to apply some pressure. 13 Queens, 12 Corruptors. It's a Queen march. Supported by Roaches, few Ravagers, Corruptors here. Ooh, does Trap know about it? There's no vision for Trap. That's not good. There is a Robo, though, and the Observer just now getting started. It's too late, though. Serral going to push forward, immediately picking off a Zealot. Cybercore also going to be targeted down. No Stalkers. Air upgrade is denied. Void Rays, Tempest pushing forward, fighting the Queens, but transfuses are going out. Serral is in the natural here. Observer is going to finish from the Robo, not applying much help, though. Robo 1 picked off. Warp Gate being shot down. Roaches in the third base. Batteries are at the third base, so I don't think Serral can really pressure that base just yet, but does he even need to? Corruptors pushing forward. Overcharge going to be used for those Void Rays, pushing the Corruptors back, but Ravager Biles also trying to even the odds here. That's still a lot of Queens. There's still 12 Queens here. Some of the Corruptors have been picked off, but Serral destroyed the natural completely. He's in the main base now. Void Rays and Tempest doing everything they can. The Corruptors are going to push forward. I don't know the cooldown on those Void Ray beams, but I'm not actually sure it's even going to matter. Serral is just getting too much damage done here. There's too much Zerg. What is left? It's 3 Voids and 3 Tempests. My money's on the queens. I think I'm definitely going to have to put my money on the queens. There's a few drones that died. I'm not quite sure what killed those drones. It looked like a couple zealots maybe, but the real damage is being done here. 50 probes have gone down. This is way too much damage. The queens don't even care. They're being shot. Roaches at the 4th. Roaches at the 3rd. The main is gone. Trap gonna have to tap out. GG. Serral with a very sharp attack there. I definitely applaud Trap's creativity trying to incorporate a Tempest attack, but he didn't get any damage done with it. It was just harassing the queens at the edge of the creep, pushing forward a little back and forth, but there was no damage to the economy, no damage done to what Serral was wanting to do, so Trap wound up with a very large Zerg force knocking at his door. A GG to Serral. If you enjoyed the game, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I hope you go out there and have a great day.